Okay, today is March the 25th. It's Wednesday, and today you all are going to do an activity on Iknowit.com. This will be our formal assessment for mean, mode, median, range, and our order of operations. So what you're going to do is that I have put a link on my, or not a link, I've put directions on my assignment sheet with how to log in, but I'm going to use John Luca since you all know him as an example. I made an account for him. So you're going to go to log in, and you are going to be a student, and then you're going to enter my name, but everything is lowercase, Mrs. Achiriale. And again, these directions are on that assignment sheet. And then you're going to enter the first and last initial of your name. So for him, his is GA. And then his password is going to be his first initial and then the first four letters of his last name. It's kind of like you all do for your accelerated reading test, except Mrs. Achiriale had a momentary lapse of judgment and did it the opposite way. So it's the opposite of how yours is on your AR test, except there's no numbers or any of that. If you have anything specific about yours, there are about 3 of you that I'm going to email your parents because you have a number associated with yours, but everybody else will be in this exact same format. Your username is your first initial, last initial, and your password is your first initial and the first 4 letters of your last name. Then you are going to log in, and it's going to show you your assignments there. So the first assignment that I'm going to show you is going to be the finding mean, median, mode, and range, and it's right here. And it asks you to find the range of a set of numbers. And remember, for range, you're going to subtract your highest from your lowest. You're welcome to use your notes or anything that can help you. And obviously, I would have a piece of notebook paper with me. So I'm going to have my notebook paper down here at the bottom. You can't see, but I'm going to take my 94 and subtract 66 from it. And it is going to give me an answer of 28. So I'm going to type that answer in and it's going to give me a little celebration that I have done the assignment correctly. If you get below an 80%, it's going to ask you to go back. You have the option to go back and redo the assignment. So please don't feel a lot of pressure to do everything correctly, because there is going to be something different with one of the assignments. So one of them is dealing with mean, mode, median, and range. And then I'm going to show you the other one, which is the order of operations. And the difference about the order of operations, I'm going to take this out of the way for just a second, is remember when we first did order of operations, we did the please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. And I said for our purposes, we would just be doing these: multiply, divide, add, and subtract. Well, this particular website throws us a little loop, which is our parentheses, which I know Miss Sastray's class did this. So if some of you have friends in her class, you probably saw them working at Extended or something like that with the parentheses. So remember, our parentheses just look like this. But you'll notice in the please excuse my dear Aunt Sally that the parentheses come first. So that's all you need to remember, is anything that's in parentheses you do first. I know you all are smart and you can handle this, so I'm not even at all a bit concerned. And once again, if you get below an 80%, so if you get below a B, you can redo it. So no pressure. You all have plenty of good grades to help with any of this. So going back to the home page and thinking about your please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to touch on the order of operations, and this one gives you a parenthesis right off of the bat. So that means that we're going to solve that first. So if you're thinking about 24 divided by 3, 24 divided by 3 is 8. So now I'm going to take that answer of 8 and I have to multiply it by 12, because remember, I always work from left to right. So 12 times 8 is 96, and then I add my 4 for an answer of 100. I hit submit, and I'm right. And then it's going to move me on to my next problem. So in this one, you don't have any parentheses, so you're going to use your same order of operations that you always use. Divide, multiply, subtract. And so you're going to do them working from left to right. So let me just practice with you another one, and we'll do this one really quickly. And it's just going to tell you that you are dynamite. And then this one actually is going to give you the parentheses, and it wants you to drag and drop the numbers to make the sentence true. So in this particular instance, I have to figure out what goes in which parenthesis to make the answer equal 18, or what goes in this parenthesis and what just goes on that blank. So you can play around with it. I would have a piece of notebook paper, and I would work with my notebook paper. And if I say 50 minus 4 times 16 divided by 8, 16 divided by 8 is going to be 2. I would do that first. 50 minus 4 is 46. If I multiply 46 times my 2, I'm definitely going to get more than 18, so that can't be right. So if I take 50 and I subtract 8 from it, and I I take 16 and divide 4 by it, let me see if that's going to make it work out correctly. So I'm going to start with my parentheses. 16 divided by 4 equals 4. So I have my answer. Then I'd have 50 minus 8 times 4. So 8 times 4 is 32. 50 minus 32 equals 18. So this would be my correct order. So I just don't want your parentheses to throw you. Just remember those would come first, and then everything else will follow in behind it, your multiply, divide, add, and subtract. Unfortunately, I can't find any other websites that don't have the parentheses. Pretty much everyone teaches it that way. So it's just one more thing that you all have learned, and I know you're going to do fabulously with it, so I'm not even concerned. If there's any problems, you know your parents can send me an email and we can delete it. We can open it back up for you. So let's not make this a stressful situation. Let's just do the best we can and have fun with this little website. Okay, so if you have any login problems, let me know. But again, I have attached the class code on my assignment book, and your assignments will already show there with your name, and that'll open up on Wednesday morning, and it'll be open Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So between those 3 days, you need to make sure that you get it done, okay? Don't forget to be working on accelerated math, working towards that first AM test. I have lots of students that have already gotten to their AM test and have already had it scanned and scored, so we are moving right along. All right, have a good day.